Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show for just a Raw Ring Report. We got a lot to talk about. Coming up with Survivor Series. See right here. We upload the graphics and stuff. The graphics come on in. Drew McIntyre kicks off Night Raw and addressed his actions from last week. While he did what he did, he gained the advantage and cost Cody and Jey the tag team titles. We'll get to what Drew McIntyre did what he did coming up. Also, too, right here, a battle of women matches coming up right now. Show it. Becky Lynch takes on Xia Li one-on-one. Becky Lynch getting ready for her War Games match. She will be helping Team Bianca coming up a little bit later. And Nia Jax takes on Raquel Rodriguez taking on Nia Jax one-on-one for their match coming up. Show what's going on, man. Going on here, and there you go. Let's take on Xia Li one-on-one. And Raquel Rodriguez taking on Nia Jax in their Survivor Series match. I hope you see more before this show starts. Right now. This is the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Chris B. Glad you enjoyed the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag #GeoConnect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Man, what a getting ready for Raw. It was so easy set. Survivor Series, go home, show Survivor Series. Kind of throughout the whole night was who's going to be the fifth man and who is going to hold the War Games in the advantage match as well. So, like to get to. So, you don't waste your time or whatsoever. You get things started right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. Drew McIntyre made his appearance tonight. Drew McIntyre plain addressed why he did what he did last week, costing Jey and Cody their tag team opportunity. Said the reason he did it because he wanted to do it to Jey because Jey was the one that cost him becoming undisputed champion. He wanted to get back at Jey for doing what he did and stuff. So Jey on the target list. And I kind of knew that it was going to be Jey versus Drew in an advantage match and stuff, and how they was going to go down earlier tonight. But I'm here, you kind of know of Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day all had a meeting about who was going to represent Judgment Day in the advantage match. Drew McIntyre doesn't claim himself a member, but Drew is added to the match. Rhea Ripley playing mediator. Damian Priest believes that he's the leader of the Judgment Day, but Rhea's kind of follow along with it. But really, Rhea's letting him play along with it because Rhea believes that she's the leader of the Judgment Day throughout her stance. And I think this is the one way out for Damian to get kicked out the group, one way or another. But like I said, Drew and Damian said they don't like each other, but Damian said he got his trust on Drew, that he's gonna let Drew go forward and be the one to represent them for the advantage match. They can get an advantage. I'll tell you a little bit later on throughout the show what went down and how it went down a little bit later. Well, we kicked things off with this. Nia Jax took on Raquel Rodriguez. It was an instant squash match right here. Raquel Rodriguez didn't have no chance against Nia Jax. Nia Jax pinned Raquel with ease, and it was academic. And Raquel Rodriguez being played victim to Nia Jax. Nia Jax, she kind of leading to the war. Who knows what she's gonna do next? But Nia Jax was a strong threat when she came back. Now she's kind of relegated back to what she used to be. You can tell. Speaking of that, the man Becky Lynch was in action. She went against Xia Li. Xia Li, getting herself into against Becky's protege Viola Curious tomorrow on NXT. Well, Bayley made an appearance with Damage Control. Bayley wanted to get even the odds, and we know that at Survivor Series, Becky Lynch will be a part of Team Bianca to take on Damage Control. So Damage Control consists of Bayley, Kyrie, Women's Champion Io, and Asuka against former Women's Champions Bianca, Becky, Charlotte, and newcomer Chauncey. Chauncey could be the one losing the fall in that match, giving Damage Control the win, but we have to wait and see on that. So. Also, too, Johnny Gargano was in action. He took on Luke Visor. Johnny Gargano wins over Luke Visor. Gargano, with the win and stuff, Gargano kind of helping Luke Visor. Luke Visor feeling himself, smelling himself. That he thinks he's better than Giovanni Vinci. Giovanni Vinci had got his comeuppance from Luke Visor. Visor kind of thought he was in the running and stuff. Well, Luke Visor had to answer to Gunther, and Gunther even thought that Luke was not the one that be able to get it done as he thought. And so Gunther believed that Luke he made the wrong choice and wanted Giovanni Vinci all along. But who knows? Speaking of Gunther, Gunther went out there to have a face-to-face with his challenger for the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz. The Miz saying that he is a great wrestler and he's going to prove to Gunther that he is a serious wrestler. Gunther didn't see that way, and Gunther believed that Miz just playing for show that he is that A-lister. Well, Miz showed Gunther by doing some move to Gunther to from the Intercontinental Champion that he is a serious threat to his title. He could be a serious threat. This Saturday coming up at Survivor Series. Only time will tell on that. What else happened tonight? We told you the advantage match. Who's going to get the advantage later on in the show? Everyone's in the ring. Drew McIntyre standing around the Judgment Day, as well as Cody, World Champion Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn, all wondering who they're going to find the fifth man. Even General Manager Adam Pearce told them they had until deadline to make an announcement. See, the deadline got passed and they didn't make an announcement. The Judgment Day made an announcement that Drew's in and Drew's going to be in the advantage match. Drew, the team picked Jey to represent them. We'll get there in a little bit. Speaking of the General Manager Pearce making moves left and right. The General Manager thought about the tag team division. The tag team division want a shot at the tag team title. All the tag teams from Raw want a shot at the undisputed tag team titles. We know the Street Profits are the number one contenders on SmackDown for the tag team title. The Judgment Day will meet them one-on-one this week on SmackDown. A busy week for the Judgment Day. Now we know that the West for the Rearing, that Raw will have the name. I think they might well bring back the separate the tag team belts, and they got enough divisions for the belts. Someone get the Raw belts, someone get the SmackDown belts, and they move on forward from that. But could Street Profits win the SmackDown belts? Only time will tell. Well, General Manager Pierce made the ruling that next week gonna be a tag team turmoil. All the tag teams on Raw, including the New Day, Alpha Academy, the Greeds, in this year, Gargaro and Ciampa, DIY will all compete in tag team turmoil. It's like a gauntlet match, but the last team remaining standing wins is no one contenders for the tag team titles. But speaking of tag team titles for the women division, you know that Natalia and that's her name. Um, well, they're no one contenders for the tag team championships, so they're gonna get a shot. They defeated a lot of teams and stuff tonight, so you know how that went down. Well, speaking of that, we told you um Shinsuke Nakamura went against Chad Gable in a hard fought, intense matchup between the two. Chad Gable put his darnest, but couldn't win but couldn't defeat Nakamura. Nakamura feuding with American Alpha. For all people, I think Nakamura should be getting like more opportunities. Yeah, but ever since he's been not winning the world title, they've been relegating him down. So you know how that went down. Nakamura won over Chad Gable. Speaking of that, Ivar challenged a classic match between the big boys. Ivar wants to go against Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed accepts. So these two big boys will beat each other 1-on-1 next week. We'll get to see that match coming up next week between these two behemoths 1-on-1. So we'll look forward to seeing that match as well. Well, we told you earlier that Drew McIntyre was looking for revenge, looking for retribution, looking for anything to get his hands on Jey Uso. You know that Drew cost main event Jey Uso the opportunity. That what Drew did and stuff. What Drew did to Jey last week, costing him the undisputed tag team titles and doing what he did and stuff. Well, it was the advantage match between the two. Well, we know this that main event Jey Uso did his work and put all his might into the advantage match. It wasn't enough to get the job done. Main event Jey Uso lost to Drew through a Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3, thus giving Drew in the Judgment Day the advantage at Survivor Series and the advantage at War Games. So Cody Rhodes came on. The clock was ticking for Cody. Cody had to make an announcement before the show ended, or they were gonna get either way. It was gonna work in their favor, no way. Cody made the announcement, and everyone knew the worst kept secret in the world that Cody Rhodes really can trying to keep that secret, intact. So, and Cody Rhodes said quotes and stuff, and the quotes were the Viper, the Apex Predator. You know, none better than who? Randy Orton will be the 5th man at Survivor Series. Randy Orton, we haven't seen Randy Orton since early last year, in May last year, and Randy Orton was trying to work on his back. Randy Orton is ready, prepared for the match at Survivor Series. Looking forward to see Randy Orton back in the WWE ring at Survivor Series. Randy Orton back in pure fashion. We get to see Randy Orton coming back in tow. And how Randy Orton will do at Survivor Series. How will he fare at Survivor Series? Is he still ready to go? We didn't get Randy Orton in person, but Cody made the announcement that Randy Orton will be back at Survivor Series, and he will be the 5th man at Survivor Series. So that ends the Raw Ring Report. We move forward to the Pro Wrestling Hot Topics Report. And Pro Wrestling Hot Topics Report. I've been telling you that MJF has been playing us all along. I kind of knew he was playing us along. WWE believes that MJF has re-signed with AEW. You know, MJF been touting that he's the Great War 2024. Well, that wouldn't be the case, as MJF has allegedly believe been signing with AEW. The AEW champion may have signed a long-term deal. But he's been touting about this for years. But House of Wrestling said that MJF has resigned to 2027. Though saying there have been zero talks between two sides. So MJF has been playing this along, and I don't know why he do that, but I mean, you the champion, so you ain't going nowhere. I kind of figured that wasn't not going to be the case, but hey, it is what it is. But MJF is not going anywhere. I don't think anytime soon. Well, speaking of that, right here, Tony Schiavone and Tony Khan were this Wednesday. Tony Khan tweeted that the Continental Classic Fires have announced interviews and more of the selection special screens this Wednesday, the same night, to celebrate Thanksgiving with Continental Classic matches. All right. What Tony Khan is trying to do, but we know that he said this is going to be the Continental Classic is going to be the Triple Crown winner, the Ring Honor champion, the New Japan Strong champion, and the Continental Classic champion will be a Triple Crown champion in AEW. And that's what Tony Khan wants you to believe and set to believe, but hey, it is what it is. For his own pleasure and enjoyment. But Tony Khan saying he's going to do that. All right. That's going to do it. We know the odds are even. We know that Randy Orton will be back at Survivor Series, and he will be back in that huge war game. They should have just had a surprise saying you got to watch the pay-per-view, but it ain't gonna move the numbers stuff. But hey, it is what it is. But Randy Orton is the fifth man, as well known and well documented. So we'll be seeing that Survivor Series. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report. Wow. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling